What's up, YouTube? So I'm out here, I'm about to pick up this dumpster, and it just kind of brought up a really good point I was thinking about, because this has been a really good year for me building this business, and part of it is I've read in certain places that the trash industry itself has grown some 30-something%, and that's because a lot of people are staying home, a lot of people are doing remodeling and all that kind of stuff because of COVID and all these compounding factors that have happened in the last 2 years. But one that I deal with a lot, one that I'm always one of my biggest customers right now, believe it or not, are people who have passed away. And that's not just because of COVID. This isn't some like I'm not gonna get political here or anything like that, but there are a couple of them that I have had that are due to COVID. And believe it or not, this one that I'm about to pick up right here, I actually knew the guy, and I actually had lunch with this guy every week. He was a really good friend of my wife's family. So I watched this man battle cancer and survive, and then, believe it or not, he got sick of COVID, and then he passed. So being in this industry, it is kind of hard because you are dealing with grieving people all the time. I actually went to this man's funeral and everything. Believe it or not, it's his brother he was cleaning out this house. I don't even think he knows who I am, but I'll have to figure it out because I really don't want to charge him for it. It's just sad. So that's something you guys need to be prepared for. If you ever do get into an industry, I'm not saying dumpsters or whatever industry it is, don't forget about customer service, because seriously, you might have some little tiny problem where, oh, this seems so unfortunate, and you have no idea what other people are going through. Oh my goodness, I know this is totally off topic, but is that a DeLorean? I think that was a DeLorean. Anyway, yeah, just always be respectful, because again, this dumpster industry has a horrible reputation for the people working for the dumpster company being so crabby and so rude, and they don't take your phone calls, they don't answer your question, they have all these surprise invoices and bills on top of it. Be clear, be precise as a business owner, and have some respect for the people giving you their business, because you never know what these people are going through. And I am dealing with people grieving all the time, and it's just sad. So it irks me to the core when I watch other companies treat people like crap, not knowing what is happening on the other end. So, I mean, let's get this dumpster. I'm going to get this picked up. I'm going to haul it off. Hopefully we have something better happen today, because this is just a horrible way to start the day just thinking about this, but we'll get to it. Let's get to it. Yep, nope, sorry. Can't get it out of my head. Sad truth, honestly, about when somebody passes away. Think about it. People from their family have to go and clean their stuff out of their house, and it might not be expensive stuff. It might not be very big stuff, it might be tiny stuff, but they have to dig through the stuff and decide what's sentimental to them. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go to the dump and I'm gonna pour all of this stuff out, and they might not know what was sentimental to him or to somebody who passed. Sorry, I'm on my friend here, but it's just really sad to think that, like, I could just be taking stuff to the dump to be buried, and that's it. And I mean, I know physical stuff isn't important. That's not what is important in life. But at the same time, it is just kind of sad that you never know, like, how many things probably get lost at the dump that really meant something to somebody, but the people that were getting rid of it had no idea. Just a weird thought. Sad. Something positive better happen today. I mean it. Something positive better happen. Alright. So I decided that I'm not going to charge that family, because, I mean, they basically are my family, and I realize I don't really charge my own family for that kind of stuff, unless they're doing like construction projects, and then it's a little different. But it's the right thing to do. Okay, I'm done talking about this. But let's talk about the diet that I have ended up with ever since becoming a trash man. I mean, I just finished a bag of Doritos, and it's like 9 a.m. And I also had, inside of those Doritos, let's take a look. Yep, that is gummy wrapper. So if you ever go to the section where it's like, you know, 2 for $2, or, you know, 2 for $3, whatever it is, if you ever look, check out the gummy worms. I'm all about the most bang for my buck, and if I want a lot of sugar, I end up getting the gummy worms or the gummy bears, because typically those come with 6.5 ounces, or let's say 8 ounces. Just check. They typically have more ounces of candy in the bags that are gummy bears and gummy worms than they do like the watermelon flavored stuff or the peach rings or stuff like that. And of course, this is the knockoff brand, because I mean, I'm all about being cheap. And oh, if you'd like to get like some energy, I'm not sponsored by these people, by the way. I wish I was. Maybe I should. Maybe I should reach out to Doritos and be like, hey, I eat a lot of your stuff. Sponsor me. But no, really, seriously, these Celsius drinks, if you're ever like a big energy drinker, and unfortunately, I go through phases where I don't drink any soda, any energy drinks, and it's only water. And then I go through phases where I'm crazy busy. I'm barely sleeping because I've got so many things on my mind. I've got so many things going that, you know, I'm up at 5, asleep at, you know, 12, 1 o'clock sometimes. So I got these Celsius drinks. They have 200 milligrams of caffeine in them. And they say natural caffeine. What is really natural caffeine in a drink like this? But I will say I don't get the crash that I typically do when, I mean, sometimes I do drink Red Bull when I'm going through those phases, and sometimes it's like 2 Red Bull a day, because what happens is halfway through the day, I just start to freaking crash hard. And so then I end up getting another one. And then by the night, I'm asleep on the couch. So I found with these, I get more milligrams of caffeine, but I don't get the crash either. And I get this berry one because it actually isn't carbonated. The carbonated versions of these, not a huge fan. But these, probably don't need any more energy in my life, but I do to just get through the day usually. So, 'tis what it is. Let me know what you guys drink. Stay awake. What you're doing. I see everybody on that new rock drink, like the one that Rock came out with. I know a couple buddies who are all water. They drink just a bunch of water every day. They're like those guys that go to the gym with the milk jug. You know, I'm all about my physique, but I'm not walking into the gym with a milk jug with water. You know, I'm not that worried. Pretty hydrated. My pee's clear. We're good. So, all right. We're gonna go drop this dumpster off. We're gonna pick up another dumpster. Let's get at it. Whew. A lot of traffic today. So here's the thing. I just got a text message from somebody. I stopped, pulled over, got to the bathroom, and I have a text message from somebody about a shipping container. I know that if you follow the channel, you may or may not have seen the shipping containers that I move around every once in a while. It's not something I'm super focused on right now, but it is something I'm trying to develop, which is like shipping container storage. So it's like mobile storage. I take the container to somebody's house or their business, and they rent it out for me and they use it, and I don't haul their stuff. I'm not like Pods where, you know, you fill it up and then I take it. That's a whole insurance thing I don't want to get into. So instead, I just bring them in the container to a construction site, their house, their business, and they just store stuff temporarily in it. Or I have that property out on the town next to mine that I can actually drop it at, and they can just store it. I've got like 2 people out there who just, I mean, they've had it for probably 4 or 5 months. They've had these pods just sitting there, and they go out there occasionally, get their stuff out, or they use it for like storage for, you know, some of them have like their outdoor equipment and stuff, or I don't even know. I've never been in them, so it's their own stuff. I don't bother. They're paying me rent, and as long as it's not drugs or, you know, cartel stuff, I don't care. So my plan is to do more things with these containers because I think it's a niche that can be really developed. Pods was a really cool idea that, you know, kind of developed, but I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. I also have that shipping container that I turned into a camper thing. It's got vinyl plank flooring, it's insulated, it's got an AC, it's got heat, and it even has electrical outlets throughout the thing with some LED lights on the top. It uses very little energy at all. And like I said, vinyl plank, I think I said drywall, insulation, all of it. It's awesome. I love it. We're going to put bunk beds in it soon. And I'm just trying to decide what to do with some more of these containers, because I just got a message from a guy who is going to sell me another one. I bought a brand new one from this guy. He'd only had it for like 8 months, used it for a little bit of storage, and then he didn't need it anymore. So I found it on a Facebook ad where the guy was actually selling a Mustang. His son was selling a Mustang. I then texted him, said, hey, cool Mustang, but what would you sell that shipping container behind you for? Sometimes you just gotta ask, otherwise things never happen, right? Well, he sold it to me dirt cheap. Sometimes these things are upwards of like, you know, $6 grand brand new. For these 20-foot containers, they skyrocketed in value because of this like shipping container crisis that's happening, where countries are keeping the containers rather than keeping them in circulation, and then people like me are buying them and they're no longer getting used. So there's a huge shortage of them right now. So of course, supply and demand, they're more expensive. And of course, then to be developed right now while there's a metal shortage, it costs more. So anyway, I just got a message from him. He had a second one out there and he just said, hey, I'll sell you a shipping container. And I was like, okay, he's ready to get rid of the other one. And he's like, I need to know if you're serious because I want to pour some concrete in the space, so I need it moved. I'm serious, I want it. But I don't know what to do with it because I'm not like actively pushing this business for these shipping containers. But I've just been having some wild ideas lately. I'm actually about to use one of the ones that I have. I might make a pretty good video about it when the time comes, but last year we actually did a fundraiser where it was kind of like Toys for Tots, but it was for a local organization. It's called Chaddock in my area, and we filled the entire dumpster. It was a brand new dumpster before I really used this one. We filled it with toys, and we dropped it off at a organization that focuses on displaced kids, you know, that unfortunately, you know, in the area have had domestic violence issues and they need a place to live, you know, their family, or in most cases are they're not orphaned, but you know, their family can no longer take care of them. So some of them are up for adoption. It's a place that's very close to my heart, and we filled the entire dumpster in like 11 days full of toys. I mean, we had iPads, it was awesome. Well, this year I want to step it up, and I actually want to use one of these shipping containers to do it. I actually called it Santa's Redneck Sleigh. It was awesome, 11 days. Now I have about a month and a half until Christmas, so I could way up the ante and fill one of these 20-foot shipping containers, which I plan to do. But after that, I really want to develop this niche. I've thought about going to the city and turning, you know, these containers into places for, you know, homeless people to stay. You know, whether it's near a park where they have access to a bathroom, and this is literally just a 20-foot container split in half, 10 foot each side, and, you know, it has got a bed, vinyl plank flooring, and some kind of walls that are really durable because, you know, we want this thing to last, and have some kind of system to allow these people just a warm place to sleep. All right, idea one. And I would need a couple of them, and I would really need to think how to structure it where, you know, this doesn't turn into a bad area, or, you know, we've got people fighting over the places to sleep, or, you know, worse, finding people doing drug use. Obviously, there's a lot of problems with that, but I really do believe in giving back to my community as much as possible. And I think as a business owner, you need to think about these types of things. If you have the resources, you should be trying stuff like this or approaching the appropriate people to maybe help you. So that's one thing I'm thinking about doing. Another is continuing the storage thing, just pushing it really hard, maybe finding a different place to keep them where they're more permanent, and I just kind of line them up, turn them into storage. Other things are I've thought about getting some 40-foot containers and putting 20 foots on top of them and turning them into an actual house where I go get a foundation, I run plumbing, wiring, everything to it, where it is literally a house, and probably go off the grid style, have some solar panels on it, everything, and maybe even turn it into an Airbnb, because that would just be a really cool thing to do. Like, I feel like a lot of people would just think it's cool to stay in one of those and, you know, say they did. That's the kind of thing about Airbnb when you get into it, is you notice that people like the experience of just going somewhere unique. It doesn't necessarily have to be top notch. It doesn't have to be a house with all the amenities. It's almost just cool to be like, okay, hey, I got to, you know, stay in this thing. It was really weird. So I'm trying to develop this niche, and I want you guys' opinion. What should I do? I want to go get this shipping container because it's a great deal. I plan to get it. Another thing is, I think I'm going to start flipping. I think I'm going to do a video where we set like a goal. Like, I need to make $2,000 this week or $10,000 this month, and all I do is flip items that I find. So I find them cheaper and then I sell them for more. It pushed me to do it, and maybe encourage some of you to do the same thing or get you into flipping. And honestly, this shipping container is a perfect example. I'm getting it at a stupid good price. I mean, honestly, yeah, and I could just turn around and double my money. So I think that would be an awesome thing to get into as well. So I know I'm rambling, but I want your opinion. What should I do with these shipping containers? What are some items that you think I could flip outside of shipping containers? I mean, I'm thinking about skidsters, mini excavators, stuff that, like, it's like a niche. Not everybody can buy it, but not everybody can move it either. I've got the equipment to move these types of things and pick them up, and I think it'd be real easy to make a pretty nice premium in today's age, or in today's environment for those items. So let me know what you think. I think I'm going to just basically title this Dumpster Business Amid COVID, because I've just got all these things going on in my head because COVID has happened and all these shortages are happening. COVID is affecting people mentally, it's affecting people physically, it's affecting families around them, and it's affecting prices. Hyperinflation is so real right now, it's not even funny. I just picked up dozens and dozens of logs of wood for my house and got my fireplace serviced because I am anticipating gas prices to be absolutely absurd. And then I just filled my freezer with deer. So get ready, people. It's going to get kind of real here soon. So let me know your opinions. What kind of things should I be looking out for to flip? What kind of things should I be doing with this container business? I need some unique ideas, and I'm going to you guys for them. So catch you next time. Watch out for some more content. I'll come up with some more stuff to talk about, because dumpsters are fun, but let's find something else to do too.